Police in the United States do not have a very good reputation. They have a very good reputation worldwide. And there's a reason for this. Now police are going a step too far. They're exploiting children. They did this in Tillamook. And they do this often. Police agencies nationwide are all now doing their very best to take as many pictures of your children and with your children as possible and to post them on Facebook and YouTube as much as possible. When they have to pay people, that's right, they have to pay people. Are these children and their parents paid recipients of this? No, but who is? The news. You get to see when the news comes to your house because an officer is going to give you a special gift paid for by the taxpayers. They do this for a poor family so that they can put it up on the news, so they can post it up. And you notice that whenever you see these videos, it's not somebody on the streets who's just recording a police officer doing something nice. No, it's professional cameramen. Oftentimes inside of the house, like it's Publishers Clearinghouse. You don't think it's strange that there's a camera crew wanting to record stuff in your house? You don't think that's strange? Kind of like when the police do that stuff every year with the, you guys get to see around Christmas time. Oh, look what the police are doing. Look what the police are doing. They're complaining that they're being defunded. And now, of course, they want to try to improve their reputation by pretending to give a shit about your goddamn kids. Fuck no, they don't. They give a shit about getting paid just like the rest of you. Unfortunately, these are people who sought a position of power, which means that each and every one of them has at least a little bit of narcissist in them. And although they may have been trained in how to be decent police officers at the academy, once they get their on-the-job training, that all goes out the window. Then we got mental health. For those out here on the streets, when a crime is committed against you, the police automatically send you to mental health. Over and over and over again, mental health, mental health, mental health. And the more times they do that, the more it discredits, the more it harms you, the more it allows your predators the opportunity to do it again and to get away with it again and again and again. The more it allows them to get a big head, the more it allows them to harm the victim. The more it gives them a big head, the more it allows them to harm the victim, the more it gives them a big head, and back and forth and back and forth. And people can see who it is they're allowed to bully, who it is they're allowed to pick on. Because you see other people doing it. When you say you're sorry, that doesn't show the victim that you're going to help. It shows the victim that you won't. Police nationwide are hiding behind your kids. They're posting up YouTube videos and Facebook videos and Facebook pictures with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of kids to try to make themselves out to be people who care about kids, but they don't. If your kid's autistic, they'll shoot him the same as a black kid. If you're homeless, they're more likely to kill you than they are to kill a black person by a lot. By a whole lot. 61% of those killed by police last year were homeless. People in houses kill people on the streets at a rate of 2 to 1. But not 2 to 1 for 2 people in houses kill 1 person on the streets. For every one person every one person in a house that a homeless person kills, I mean that there are 2 murders of homeless people by people in houses. For every 1 murder committed by a homeless person overall. Overall, that means against homeless people or against people in houses. When you factor in how many people in houses kill, it really sets the record straight for who is the most likely to be murdered and who is the most likely to do the murdering. Those of us out here on the streets are victimized to it, and then you tell us that we chose it, that it's all in our heads. That's how you chalk it up. Oh, well, that's the thoughts you were putting out to the universe. No, somebody choosing to victimize another person is not the victim's fault. Oh, you thought about it, so you made it happen. Really, that's not how it works. Those of you who believe in that fucking nutty bullshit, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, but you sound just like Nick. You sound just like Farnsworth. That's some crazy shit that's coming out of your faces. None of it stops abuse. None of it gets me into housing. None of it gets the abuse to stop. None of it gets me into housing. None of it gets the abuse to stop. The problem is that I don't have someone to act as a fucking guardian or an advocate. There should have been a guardian a long time ago because I cannot take care of myself. I have to pretend everything is okay or I will be victimized. And if I'm pretending everything is okay, then I'm victimized anyway. When you're abused, you go to the cops, right? And you're allowed to. And most of the time they do something. At least they might show up. With me, it's never that way. It's me being bullied over and over and over again. And then after they bullied me for a really long fucking time, then they tell me, oh, well, now we'll do our jobs. No, you won't. You have any idea how many calls I had to make to the Nebraska State Patrol about Scott DaCosta? Literally hundreds. Because I literally never had a friend to call it in with me. They all wanted to argue. Like Shannon Alvarado. Oh yeah, sure, she wants to brag and make it a piston contest. Oh, I exposed Kara Johnson Miles. No, you actually didn't. She didn't. She showed me the bullshit with Kara Johnson Miles. But she never tried to come forward to the police, ever, at any point in time. Literally, all she would do is make excuses and talk over me and promise me that she would, and then not keep her word and then get fucking drunk and talk over me some more. Many of my predators are women, and that includes Shannon Alvarado. And many of my predators have kids and hid behind their kids. You know what? I don't give a shit who you are. Whether you have kids or not. You do wrong shit, I'm gonna tell. If I literally have to break the law to stop abuse, then that's what I'll do. And I've shown that time and again. That I tried the legal route and was denied the legal route. Police officers that I was trying to turn in, I was forced to go to those officers to turn crimes in, allowing them to retaliate against me repeatedly. Allowing them to bully me and to slander my name and have me harmed by the other people. Anywhere that I go, I have to deal with this. That's because the reputation created over lies and slander I was never allowed to defend myself against. I was never allowed, in between October of 2016 and December of 2017, when was I ever allowed to defend myself? When was I ever allowed a day in court? I never was. court was had without me because I didn't even know I had a fucking court date. There was nobody to help me with that, no matter how many calls I made. I didn't have the money to take care of myself because all of my money was spent running around in circles from one fucking state to another because this is how far people were sending me. Instead of my therapist in Nebraska and my caseworker in Nebraska helping me to turn in the goddamn crimes committed against me, they wanted to send me on this wild goddamn goose chase for getting disability money. And once I had disability, then the cops would have to do their goddamn jobs. But they didn't. Her job, Nicole Peralta kept on wanting to tell me I had to go to the Front Range of Colorado to get help. Oh, Sean, there's no services here. If you're being abused, you got to go to the Front Range of Colorado. That's where the autism services are. Autism services don't give a fuck if we're being abused. They send us to fucking therapy, too. Why the fuck are you telling us to go to the cops when we're fucking abused, when they're going to blow us off to mental health, who's just going to go and fucking abuse us to make a goddamn profit? They literally never help us turn in any crimes. Why send us to mental health when they're just going to say it's not our job to investigate? Why the fuck are you doing that? Why the hell would you make an at-risk adult go in alone to turn that shit in, knowing that that's what they have to go through? And then you lie to us like you know better than we do. You don't know better than the victim. If I've been fucking assaulted because I was alone, because you didn't care to be there at any point, you didn't care what happened to me. You were too busy looking the other way. And meanwhile, they're getting away with blowing your fucking kids' heads off. And then fucking hiding behind kids going, oh, look, we made these kids smile with our cool toys. Why are police being defunded? Because they're fucking killing people. And the people they kill the most are the people that are the easiest to victimize. And all of the reasons why we're so easy to victimize are so well documented. How is it that you all look the other way? As a child, I was a victim of systemic abuse. I was a victim of racism. I was a victim of a lot of different crimes. I was sexually abused, physically abused. I was jumped a lot. Because you're not allowed to be small and white in the system. I see this stuff all over my Facebook. All these different police agencies all over America hiding behind children. Using your children to pretend like they actually give a shit about human beings. No, the fuck they don't. They don't even care about your kids. Except when it's good for a photo. Kind of like when they have that bike that they're going to raffle off and give away to somebody's kid. Right? And they got a police officer down at the station. He's got this kid's bike they spent your taxes on. And they're going to raffle this off. Oh, yeah. Then, because they made your kids smile, that makes them good guys, huh? If Donald Trump or Joe Biden kiss your baby, then magically that makes them good people, huh? The thing is, as an at-risk and disabled adult, and as a homeless person, those are the three most likely people in this country to be abused and killed by police. The three most likely groups of people to be killed or victimized by others in this country. It comes down to assault, financial abuse, physical abuse, and those lies and slander are horrible. I'm only mentally ill when it suits my predators and law enforcement and the Bollingers. The rest of the time, I'm magically sane again, because that way they can hold me accountable. When I literally have to do desperate things because they're busy pretending that I'm some sort of goddamn nut job. And where the fuck are you pieces of shit? Hiding like cowards. Why do you watch my goddamn channel? You don't do a goddamn thing to help turn any of this in. Fucking cowards.